research involves teenagers, and I'm particularly interested in the impact of social media on their body image, but also on their well-being more generally. I think there's lots of ways in which kind of social media does this. So I think social media is very appearance focused. I think particularly sites like Instagram, Snapchat, you're being encouraged to well, first of all, you're being sort of bombarded by images of a kind of thin, kind of body perfect kind of ideal and unrealistic body ideal, and that affects people in terms of how they think and feel about their own bodies. A lot of the teenagers who I talk to, that's where they talk about their kind of confidence being affected by it. It makes them kind of feel bad. It makes them maybe then fret about their bodies and other sorts of social interactions. So a lot of my work with teenagers, they talk a lot about likes. So likes become almost like a goal unto themselves. So they'll post images at certain times of day because that's when they'll get more likes. They'll post certain types of images because they know they'll get more likes. And sometimes that can involve quite sexualized images. I think when you take away the quantification, so it's easily quantifying, it's this kind of unambiguous, quantifiable, positive feedback on how you're presenting yourself, isn't it? Particularly if you think about it in terms of appearance. And I think teenagers, if you take that away, I think they lose that gamification. I think it would be likely to have a positive impact. As I say, I think it would reduce that kind of compulsion to check, that obsession with checking. The other thing I always recommend to people is to sit back and think about why something's making them feel bad. So I do a lot of work in York schools particularly around body image in the digital age. And one of the things we do is get them to think about, well, why has this person posted this image? Why is that image making me feel bad? Why might that image not reflect reality? Because we know so often these images don't reflect reality. So I think having those kind of critical conversations with yourselves, with your friends, is important.